Fox 5 is your local election headquarters, and from now until Election Day, we will be speaking with candidates running for local, state, and federal positions in San Diego.
Yeah, and tonight we're speaking about District 1 race for Encinitas City Council. Incumbent and Deputy Mayor Allison Blackwell is being challenged by Luke Schaefer, and Luke Schaefer joins us now with more about his campaign. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Phil. Christina.
So you've lived there in Encinitas your entire life. So in what ways have you seen your city improve, and how can you add on to it?
Yes, I have lived here my whole life. I was born and raised in Encinitas, second graduating class at La Costa Canyon High School. Was able to go off and play some sports in college at both the University of Colorado and Cal Poly. And then at that point, I joined the greatest fighting force ever known as the United States Marine Corps. Got to fly F-18s and lead some ground troops. So I've been around leadership and my whole life. And to answer the question is, I don't see it going the way that it should be going. Namely, about 3 years ago, tried to put a high-density house, what they call affordable housing. The fact is they put 149 units on 3 acres, 1 car parking garages per, and only 11 guest car parking for the entire place. We go in as a small residence, probably about 150, 200 people, up in arms about it. We go in to chat with them at the Planning Commission, and over the course of 2 different meetings, 7 hours, 65-ish, 70 people talk, and about 95% of the people talked about safety. And really quickly, we saw that they did not see the safety as an issue. So that following week, I had to go in and tell them that it was probably the most egregious example of cowardice leadership I've ever seen, when they're not willing to put in, either the city or the developer put in 300 yards of a safe walk to school type stuff.
I mean, you're talking about safety. You also mentioned affordable housing. What other issues are pretty major for you in terms of the city right now?
Yeah, so affordable housing, I'm all for affordable housing. The fact of the matter is my wife and I had to sell everything we had to get, beg, borrow, and steal to get back into town. It's not a cheap place to live. I'm all for more affordable housing. The problem is all of that benefit goes to what's called the density bonus, where the state was able to push down. You get to double, get 50% more bonus on what was already zoned for. And then just a couple of weeks ago, our former mayor actually doubled down on that and put another 50%. So now you're looking at a place like 149 units. There's only 10 of those are expected to be, 15, which is 10%, that are expected to be affordable housing. So they're calling it affordable housing, but it's really going to the developer and not to the city.
One of the big issues in this year's campaigns everywhere is the homeless crisis.
Correct.
On your website, you say that you have a compassionate and empathetic solution to it. So talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Donnie D down here at the San Diego Rescue Mission, went and met up with him and with a couple other candidates, and he basically said it's not a homeless issue. We have a heart issue, and I agree with him 100%. And the fact of the matter is it's not illegal to be homeless, but it's illegal to be criminal and do anything crime. So we need to have a way to get people off the street and be able to get them to a safer place if that's what they choose to be, or a place where they can go be. Sunbreak Ranch just across the freeway here, they're looking to put a homeless encampment where people can choose to be homeless on a more regular basis, but if they choose to do crime, we need to have a chance to be able to take them off. So yes, on Prop 36 gives us some teeth to go ahead, give our sheriff, give the ability, give our judicial system to prosecute anything that is a crime, and it's time to clean up a little bit. So.
What about Measure K, 1-cent sales tax ballot? That's
yes.
Where do you stand on that?
Well, again, so the people we're running against talking about they want affordable housing, but what about affordable cost of living, right? So I'm all for a 1% if they were willing to tell us where they're going to spend it. The fact is they want a blank check to put it, So what happens is, with the current situation, if they want to tab it for a specific use, like infrastructure or anything in town, they would require a 66% vote, so 2/3 vote. Currently, it's only a 50% vote for them to get a general blank check. So I tell people, my daughter, I have a 13-year-old daughter, she wants more money. Just tell me where you're going to spend it, and I have no problem giving it to you. But same thing to the council up there. If you want more money, then please tell us where you're going to spend it.
Very quickly, address crime and keeping people safe in that beachside city there.
Absolutely. That's my background, again, as a United States Marine. My first and my last deployment was ground officer. My first deployment, training over 688 Iraqi police officers in Iraq in a growing democracy, the attempt to put stand up a democracy. So been around safety and security, and it's a first and foremost. You don't get to decide whether you're going to put in another park or get another bike lane or something affordable when safety is at risk. So safety has got to be first and foremost, and it's an utmost of importance to myself. So.
Well, Luke, we want to thank you for being here
Thank
this
you,
evening.
Christina.
Thank you for being here.
Awesome.
Well, we will be speaking with Allison Blackwell coming up during the Fox 5 News at 6.
And to watch this interview back with Luke or any of the other ones that we've had during this election season, just go to our website, fox5sandiego.com/election, and there you'll find our full election guide.